What's going on, you guys, and welcome back. It is Eileo here with another MSO video. We have maintenance notes for January 21st, 2021, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so hopefully we have some spice in here, so stay tuned so you can see just how spicy it is. It may be so spicy that it makes your nose run like mine runs all the time. But anyways, you guys, we have that new Astromon being added, the one that I predicted would be called Genie, which I was totally incorrect of. There's no surprise there though. Okay, yeah, I went ahead and just double checked, but Scheherazade, which is how you say that name, which wasn't how I was trying to pronounce it before I googled it, is a major female character and a storyteller in the frame narrative of the Middle Eastern collections of tales known as the 1001 Nights. So that's where that name comes from, and that's what she's based off of, which kudos to the MSL directors that create these characters, because I have no idea where they come from, and it's interesting to figure stuff like this out even from a mobile gacha game. But there's going to be all 5 of the elements of Scheherazade: fire, water, wood, light, and dark, which will be added to the Astro Guide, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that video. Then firewood and water can be summoned from the special shop and can be obtained from relevant eggs. Nothing new there as in Nat 5. Light and dark Scheherazade can only be obtained from relevant light and dark eggs. Once again, no surprise there. And Scheherazade will not be in a 5-star selection ticket. Once again, makes sense. But special shop Primo Festival. This starts after maintenance on the 21st and it ends on the 24th. The chance of summoning the 5-star Astromons are increased during the Primo Festival. Basically, this is just another festival. I don't really buy into something being greatly increased, because either it should be guaranteed if it's a festival like this, or we shouldn't get it at all. Because what's the point of me doing a Primo Festival, however the heck you want to say it, and I don't get what I want? I could have just saved my gems for Heroes Festival. I could have saved it for Clans Festival, but I'm not going to go ahead and shoot the gun yet, because there could be just translation errors with this. But bonus rewards will be given according to the number of Astromon summoning during the festival. So if it guarantees that we get a summon by doing pulls for one of these Astromon, then I'm perfectly okay with this. Before when I stated, I didn't understand if it was like, because the greatly increased doesn't sound very convincing, but if we are like guaranteed whatever element of that Astromon after 150 summons, then that's something I'm okay with. I mean, it's a pity pool at that point, and that is a crap ton of gems. Let me go ahead and slide out the calculator, man. So we have 150 summons. That's divided by 11 if you're doing 10 plus 1 pulls, which you should be for 600 Astro Gems. So that's roughly about 8,200 Astro Gems for a guaranteed Nat 5, which honestly at this point in time is nothing short of like reality. In most cases, like, it takes nearly 10k most of the time if you have bad luck like I do to get a Nat 5, so at least one's guaranteed this way. I don't necessarily agree with how it's implemented though, because I know a lot of you guys have went ahead and dropped all of your gems on the Heroes Festival that just passed. I did hold off on it because I didn't know what this new Astromon would have on it, so I kind of held off, knowing that normally when they update games and add in Nat 5s, it's always after Heroes Festival. It is always after. It's at the very, very end of the month. So I just wanted to hold off on that. But it's kind of shady, man. But 2 new skill books will be added for the new Nat 5, and then Light and Dark Beth, even though they're not in. Okay, they're about to be in the game, boys. They are about to be in the game. Oh my goodness, you guys are getting all kinds of reviews, all kinds. But moving on to Capture Festival for Truffle, it will start on February 10th and end on February 24th. Super stoked for that, because if Truffle is here, I better be able to get my boy Bond. I better be able to get my damn boy Bond. Let's see right here. Seasonal event, Exotic Fusion, 4-star, Dark Evo 1 Venus. 3-star Dark Evo 1 Truffle, 3-star Light Evo 1 Bond. So how do I get my Bond? 3 times only. Water Bond and Light Evo Slime. I think I finished off my Light Bond, so I'm really I just need a Water Bond, dude. Then there's your Truffle package. Gem selection chest. That sounds like an absolute scam. Chest contains a gem with % main property only. Chest contains the gems that have at least 3 sub-properties each. So basically you're spending money to get a gem, which I think is not a good idea at all. Maybe this does guarantee the main stat on your gem, but the problems with that is we get plenty of gems that have main stats on them that are great, but as soon as you start rolling into them with Tina, that main stat gem absolutely goes to trash. So buying this, at least in my opinion, is kind of like, I don't need to spend money to play myself and be disappointed. Just FYI, but if you are down for it, dude, go ahead. Then the Secret Egg Package 1 and 2 is out now. Obviously, if you donate, you get a Secret Egg, a Light and Dark Egg, 100,000 gold, 200 Asher Gems. 200 Asher Gems is literally a slap in the face, but we're not going to talk about that. There is a season limited Valentine's frame pack. Dude, I don't even change my photos. It doesn't even matter. So if you want that nice little Valentine's frame pack, go ahead. Go ahead. Variant Holy Gleam package is available for purchase. Light and Dark Jean, whatever the heck you want to call her, is up for purchase as well. I haven't heard too many bad things about Dark Jean, but I do have a light one, and she's fine. I mean, she's not super duper like, oh my goodness. She's not like Light Yuki or even a Light Leo level of just excitement, but she's fine. Then seasonal event shop 4-star Light and Dark Venus package, because if I remember correctly, we were only able to get one. We can get 1 Light Venus and 1 Dark Venus, and that's literally all. Like, that's literally it. Venus used to be not behind a paywall, but they ended up making her behind a paywall, which did kind of hurt. But since they introduced another Ashermon, which I won't state in here because they could be watching and could be like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and put it behind a paywall too. But since they introduced another Ashermon into the game, Dark Venus has been replaced. It just sucks, especially for newer players that don't even get to Evo 3 a Venus unless you, number 1, sacrifice Holy Gleams, or if you started like a year ago, you basically have to play MSL for at least, a couple of years if you're using basic Holy Gleams to get 1 Light and Dark Venus to Evo 3 without the use of the Evo 2 Holy Gleam from World Boss. So that's kind of sad face. There's also a Light and Dark Hana package or Hana package, Mystic Essence packages, and then added new passive skill immunity. Removes all negative effects from allies and grants them immunity for X amount of turns. While immune, they will not be affected by negative effects. Obviously, that makes sense. So, if your Mons are, I'm assuming, shocked or CC'd, if a Mon can get this skill off, basically, you're free. You don't have to worry about someone debuffing you. You don't have to worry about someone applying defense down to your squad, stunning them, doing shock, etc., which is interesting because this may or may not be a meta change or meta shift in the future, because you're basically null and voiding CC. I mean, I guess in theory you could run more of a nuker team and not really rely on any type of negative effects being applied to the team that you're fighting, but I think it's gonna require some testing. This could definitely be a meta change, but it just depends on how it's implemented. Like, we definitely have to see about this. I don't see it being too much of an issue in a PvE situation, but once again, PvP is just so situational. Depending on what team you're fighting, this could be a godsend, or this could be like a complete waste of time. So I'm interested to see how that divulges. And then general updates. Tower of Chaos now displays the current floor that you're on. That's a smiley face. Our storage can now go up to 500 slots versus 300. That is poggers, dude. That is an absolute smiley face, because storage is always a big issue in this game, and I'm not sure if the devs are able to, but I wish there was some type of maybe optimization or something that we could do with our Astromon that we don't really use, to where it doesn't like not lag, but especially going from my Eileo account, which has a lot less Astromon, versus my Ether account, there's just a disgusting amount of delay of me hitting up my monster box in between those two accounts, which I'm sure just derives from the amount of mons that I have in that one account versus the other one. But I wish there was a way to kind of like speed that up, or like, I don't know, maybe I should like release some Astromons or something. But masters can now expend gems and trinket storage up to 1,000. Not sure why you have that max, but if you do, you have an issue. 20 more floors are being added to the Elemental Tower of Chaos. And then they fix a couple of issues down here, which isn't super duper important, but like fix the issue where the countdown timer for Champions League was not displayed correctly when a Champion League was not in progress. I'm down with that. Fix the issue where the game might not load the save deck when logged in before the start of the World Boss event. That's been going on since World Boss has been out. I'm glad to see that is fixed. And fix the issue where Shinobi's Hero Dungeon disappears when scrolled off the screen and back. So a couple of fixes here. The main thing to take away from this whole set of notes though is we got the new Nat 5, who also is boasting the new immunity skill. Light and Dark Breath will also be added into the game after maintenance. We have the Primo Festival, which sounds like a good idea, and it may be a good idea. It's just that the way that it came in right now is literally just a slap in the face to players that have spent all of their Astro Gems on Heroes Festival, and it's kind of a slap in the face to anyone that was saving up for Clans Festival, because now, depending on how they do this or how it's incorporated into the game, we're going to be basically fighting ourselves over 3 festivals and not just 2. Especially with the sliming nerf. I mean, we get 1k of gems per week from sliming, which isn't a super duper big issue, but hopefully that cap could be raised to even 2k, if not 3k, but I highly doubt that at this point. It seems like it's a permanent fix. If they were to change sliming, they probably just take it away. And to the people that can't get a lot of gems, especially as newer players, because your Titans teams aren't strong enough, or your PvP team isn't strong enough, that sucks again, because you're basically, it's like pick one festival for the month, or pick one festival for every 2 months, and that's it. Even though there's a ton of festivals going on, not everyone will literally be able to participate unless you donate. But that's not a big deal. Like, I don't want you guys to be focused on that whole new festival aspect of the game. Like, festivals have been in this game since, I think, its creation, even though I wasn't playing until then. But what's more important, at least in my mind, is number one, you guys, make sure you save your Astro Gems for the festival that you want to do. Don't worry about our new Nat 5 that we have here, especially if her skill kit isn't anything super duper amazing, or it's not something that you could put to use. Now, if you love her design, you just want to have one, by all means, just don't stress over a video game and you're not having enough virtual currency to do a festival with it, because at the end of the day, it's nothing more than a game, and if you can't do it all, you can't do it all. I'm not saying that I can do it all either, because I'm absolutely not, just because there's no point, and I'm not going to donate an excess amount of money to participate in all 3 festivals and come out with a sad face. But that's it for the maintenance notes for January 21st, you guys. Feel free to leave a comment below about what you're excited about. Do you guys care about the new Nat 5? Are you excited about the new festival? And more importantly, how many people are ready for Bond to come back? Because I've been waiting, boys. That's probably the most exciting news I've read so far, especially for this year. But as always, guys, if you haven't considered subscribing, go ahead and do it already so you don't miss out on the next MSO video. And I'll see you in the next one.